Hey everybody, it's Hamsterly Love, and in this video I'm going to be talking a bit about costs of owning a rabbit. A lot of people will think that they aren't that expensive and they'll get them, especially around Easter time, thinking, oh, it's fine, and kind of having them as impulse decisions and not really thinking it through. So I wanted to talk to those that are thinking about getting a rabbit that don't know too much about how much it is. And you've come to the right video because I'm going to talk about basically everything and mostly anything. I'm sure I've covered everything. I thought it through. I have 2 bunnies myself and 2 hamsters, and from what I recall, this is what I need for them. That's what they require, and that's what I get for them, and that's what they need. So yeah, let's get started. Okay guys, so the very first thing you are definitely going to want to consider getting is food for your bunnies or bunny. They need basically 3 or 4 things: hay, pellets, veggies, and treats. Treats should not be given as a daily diet, even though it may say on packages that'll say, oh, you need to give this 2 times every day. Please don't do that. Your rabbit will get quite chubby and you can have overweight problems later, and it's just not healthy. It's like having a burger every single day, and yeah, don't give treats every single day. So the very first thing you're gonna want to get is hay. Rabbits require hay basically 24/7, unlimited hay. You should never go to a vet and they should not tell you, oh, you should reduce your hay amount or only give it to them and this many times a week. I'm not sure that's a right vet for you if he's or she's telling you not to feed your hay, not to feed hay to your rabbit every single day, because that's what they require. It's basically their main base food. It matters what hay you're getting and how big it is, but the packages that I get are $6 to $9. They're $9 for me, but usually you could get them for, the cheapest I've seen would be maybe around $6 for like a small bag. I live in Canada, so basically everything is more expensive for me compared to the US. The next thing you're gonna wanna get that is food is pellets. I have 2 different kinds of pellets that I feed them. I feed them Oxbow, young rabbit, or adult rabbit. Right now I feed them adult rabbit Timothy pellet hay from Oxbow, and that is I think about $14 for a pretty big bag. And then twice every week I will give them, I guess you could say, treat pellets. It was a bit cheaper than the Oxbow, and that is what I basically feed them, not every single day. And pellets will basically cost you between $7 to $20, depending on the brand, how good it is, where you get it from, how big the package is. The next thing you're gonna wanna get and require for bunnies is veggies. It's pretty cheap. Here in Canada, it's $2 to $5 per stock. So like if you're getting lettuce, for example, green leaf lettuce will cost I think about $2.50 or $1 for like a bunch, and that'll last them maybe a month until it'll go bad. They won't always get to finish it, so I do sometimes waste. I don't want to give them rotten food, vegetables, so sometimes I'll have to throw out extras that they don't get to finish. I don't feed them unlimited veggies. I feed them, I say about a cup or a cup and a half for both bunnies. When they get older, I think I may be feeding them more veggies when they're older, because that's what they require. Each of them, I think I'll feed them like one bunny, 1 cup. I'm not quite sure what the ratio is. I have to check again, but yeah, they're currently under the age of 1 year, so they're still young rabbits, so I don't feed them as much veggies that an adult rabbit requires or would want or would need. And So my vet also really likes the diet that I give them. So yeah, it's $2 to $5 per veggie. I feed them about 3 veggies, basically 3 different kinds of veggies every day, worth 1 cup in total, and kind of share. So for treats, I don't give it to them too much. I have carrot flavored treats from Living World. They're drops, and I think I give it to them like once every 2 weeks. I really, at the back of the package it says to give them 1 every day or like 2 every day. Do not do that. It'll get them really chubby and fat, and it's not healthy for them at all. And I feed it to them like once or twice in 2 weeks. So yeah, the next thing that you're going to definitely need is water. It's fresh water. They require fresh water, not like from a lake, like it has to be filtered or something like that. I just feed them from my sink. It's not filtered water exactly, but it's not like it's disgusting yellow water or something. So it basically comes from the pipe, something that you get from a restaurant. Anyways, and so they drink a lot. Rabbits will drink, I noticed, kind of like in certain times at once, a lot. So it's not like occasionally they'll be sipping a bit here and there, but it'll be more like 3 times in a day they'll like chug it, kind of. That's what I've noticed with my rabbits at least. And rabbits definitely drink lots of water. You can either get a water bottle that can range from $3 to $10 depending on how big it is, how much it holds, how good it is, where you get it from. I used to use water bottles. I don't use water bottles anymore. I just use bowls that came with the cages that I have for my rabbits, and it works great. They don't really tip it over. A few accidents have happened, but I suggest getting big bowls. Don't get those small bowls, because they do drink a lot and they do require a lot. So they should have unlimited water. And so yeah, for both of the rabbits, I clean out the water, I'd say about once or twice a day, and I'll refill it by basically just putting water inside of water bottles, and then I'll just pour it in. The next thing that you will need is a cage. These are not necessary. They can be free range. Your bunny or bunnies can be free range, and it is free. It will be cheaper. Sometimes store-bought cages or DIY bunny condos or cages will be expensive, and people might as well just allow their bunnies to be like dogs and cats and just to let them roam around their house. You do have to bunny-proof your house or the area that they're in, meaning there can't be any cords, cables, or basically anything you don't want them to chew. You would get to learn your rabbit and see if they do chew wood, if they don't, and you'd see how much of it you have to take away. Personally, I don't free range my bunnies. They do have a really, really big cage. They have 2 store-bought cages plus a bunny cage put together. DIY bunny condos can range from $70 to $350, depending on if you buy it, if you make it, shipping, stuff like that. I did make my own bunny condo, and I'm not exactly sure how much I paid for it because my dad basically paid for it. So thanks, Dad. Shout out to you. He basically built it. It's great. It's 3 levels high. They really like it, and yeah, you have to let bunnies out, no exception. Minimum, I'd say an hour and a half per day. I let my bunnies out every day. I'd say 3 hours a day at minimum, 2 hours a day at minimum. And so yeah, you can also get store-bought cages, but I don't really, if you get one store-bought cage, I don't really suggest it because they are pretty small. They can be small, but don't get me wrong, some of them are pretty good and big. They can range from $60 to $150. I haven't seen any more expensive than $150. Okay guys, so the next thing you guys are gonna want is cleaning supplies. I included bedding in this because I guess it's kind of like part of cleaning supplies, more like litter. It is needed and required in their litter box. So litter boxes will usually cost from $2 to $20 depending what kind of litter box you're getting. I just got it from the dollar store, my litter boxes. I have 2 of them, I only use 1. And so It does sometimes get pee stains at the bottom, but it matters what litter box you get and stuff like that, but it's not that big of a deal. Litter boxes, you'll only have to get them once, so I use different kinds of bedding with my litter boxes. I've tried basically everything. Carefresh Complete, which costs $20 to $30, which is pretty expensive, depending on how big it is and where you're getting it from, and also what country you're located in. Also, Aspen bedding. Do not use pine or cedar. That's not a proper bedding. It doesn't suit any small animals at all, although it may be cheaper, and it may want you may be persuaded to get pine or cedar. Trust me, get Aspen. Bunnies, and I know basically any other small pets, they can get urinary infections or something like that. I'm not too sure, but I know just don't get pine and cedar. Just go away from it. So there's Carefresh Complete Aspen, which costs $10 to $15, depending on where you're living and how big it is, the actual product. And also cat litter. Non-clumping cat litter works. I currently use Yesterday's News cat litter. It's great. It works great. It kind of eliminates the smell, and it doesn't clump. Also not scented, because you don't want to annoy your rabbits, because they'll be like, what is the smell? I don't like it. And especially if they'll be on that litter box for a while, you don't want them to be kind of annoyed, because their noses are pretty fragile. So I use the Yesterday's News. It's $15 to $25, depending on where you live and depending what company. And you are also going to want pet safe cleaner chemicals. This is $10 to $20. I have Nature's Miracle Advanced Formula, which I actually did a review on, so you can go and check that video out. It was my last video, and that costs $17.99 here in Canada. It's really expensive, and just go check out the review if you want to know what I think about it. You can also use a much cheaper option, which is just getting all-purpose white vinegar and mixing it 50-50 with water, and that works great. The next thing you will want is paper towels. I just have plain paper towels I get from like Walmart or other places like that. $5 to $15, depending on how many paper towels it comes in and whatever, stuff like that. Next thing you are definitely going to want to invest in, and trust me, you'll want this, is a broom and a dustpan. This will cost $2 to $10, sorry. And they're really cheap, and it's great. You just, especially if you want to litter train your rabbits or rabbit, you quickly just sweep it up and you'll throw it inside the litter tray. I haven't made a video on litter training yet. I may soon, and so yeah, it just keeps everything a lot cleaner. The next category that you definitely need, and not everyone thinks about this because they think, oh, they're small animals, they don't need it, and it's vet care and vet bills. All living things will need, especially if you have them for rabbits in this case, will need vet bills, and this is one of the most expensive things. General checkups for eyes, ears, full body examination, physical, I don't know exactly those medical terms, but the checkups will be depending on where you live and how good and experienced your vet is, or if they're just cheaper. It can cost between $50 to $100 per checkup. For both of my rabbits, it takes half an hour, and it costs $160 for both of my rabbits. So $50 to $100 basically per one rabbit. So and it's pretty much required basically once or twice per year, so annual checkups. And also the next thing under vet bills that I put is spay and neuter. This is required. This is recommended. Not required. Unfortunately, it's $70 to $400. This matters where you live. Here in Canada, I've called over 50 places, and I've seen some people say the cheapest I've ever seen is $200, and the most expensive I've seen is $400. And I don't know, some people it does come with medication sometimes, like pain medication, sometimes it doesn't. Other vets work differently, and that's just how much they charge. The next thing is toys. Chew toys are basically your most important ones. Basically any rabbit toys would be chew toys, $2 to $10, what I've seen in my pet stores. You can get lots of different toys, and I'm pretty sure some cat toys are okay, like the harder ones, I'm not sure, so don't get me wrong. I don't know. Don't count on me for telling you. I know some people even put baby toys. I'm not sure, but that's just what I've seen. But I just buy rabbit toys, like rabbit toys meant for rabbits, and they'll play around with it. Also, you can make homemade toys or use homemade toys. One of the easiest ones is literally just getting a little cardboard sheet or cardboard box and just giving it to your bunny. One of my bunnies, Elsa, she loves sleeping and doing everything in this one big box that I have for storage, and she will sleep in there. She'll do everything in there. She loves to scratch at the walls also of the box, because I'll just flip it over, and I also cut holes inside it for doors and stuff that they can get in and out. And boxes are great, so definitely try those. Also, they really like toilet paper rolls, so once you finish with your toilet paper, you can really just use your toilet paper rolls. I have at least like a collection of 50 toilet paper rolls that I haven't used yet. It's also great if you have hamsters, you can use those for tubes. So yeah, those are toys. And the very last thing that you would definitely need if you want a bunny is a bunny rabbit. They cost $0 free to $150 depending on where you get it. So if you get it from a breeder, it'll be more on if they're experienced, so it'll be more expensive. I got Elsa for $100 from a breeder, and she's basically quality bred. They've been doing it for a long time. And Snowflake was a lot cheaper. I got her from PetSmart, but PetSmart got her from the OSPCA, which is Ontario. What did it stand for? I'm sorry, guys. SPCA is basically a shelter, and don't worry, it's all with. I'm very against PetSmart. PetSmart selling animals, but this was basically an adoption. So I technically adopted her from the OSPCA company that takes rabbits and finds them. Snowflake was a stray, I believe, so I guess she was found or something. And so yeah, it can be free if you also get it from a shelter. Some shelters will give them to you for free. Some ask for a small donation. So yeah, that is the end of my list. I hope I did not forget anything. Please comment below if I did forget something, because hey, I'm not perfect, and I don't know if I went through everything. So yeah, another note, please, Easter is coming up. Please do not get Easter bunnies for your kids if you are a parent or someone watching this. Please do your research. Don't just watch this video and be like, yes, I'm ready, I know how much to spend, everything. Do your research. I think I did almost like a few weeks of research before I got my very first pet, which was my bunny Snowflake. And actually 85 or 90% of bunnies bought for Easter each year will die before the first birthday, because people are not experienced and they'll just buy a bunny for their little child, thinking, oh, it's okay, and they stick it in a small cage, feed it food from Walmart that costs $2, that is not good quality or is not meant for rabbits, and they'll give them pine or cedar shavings. Just not the right materials, not the right requirements, not fresh water, don't clean out their cage properly, stuff like that. So yeah, please, I'm very against Easter bunnies, so unless you are actually researching, do not think about getting a bunny for Easter. Get a chocolate bunny or get a fluffy bunny that's fake, because bunnies can live anywhere from 6 or 7 to 12 years. Some have been known to live to even 20. The smaller the bunny, I believe the smaller the breed the bunny, the more they live. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Please like, subscribe, and once again, comment below if I didn't miss anything, because I'm not perfect. And yeah, see you guys next time. Bye.